Hello, it's Magina. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome to my channel. Bienvenue à tous nos amis francophones. Bienvenue à la chaîne Nugget of Peace Crochet. So, as the title says, today we're going to talk about garment making, okay? I am not an expert, but I have been making garments. I'm up to my fourth or fifth garment. So, along the way, I picked up some things, and today that's what I want to talk to you about. By the way, if you want to see all about the shirt I'm wearing, I have a video dedicated to this shirt. After you watch this one, go over there and watch it. I think you'll have a lot of fun. All right, we're gonna hop into our first thing that you must know if you want your garment to be a success. Not just garment, anything actually that you're making. Even though this video is for crafting, this can apply to anything. All right. So number one, I wrote it down. Know your yarn. What am I talking about? You need to know what yarn to use for which garment. Not every yarn is suitable for garment. I'm just gonna come out to say it. I have experienced this myself. My first garment was this. This was a sweater that I made for my husband. He wanted me to make him a sweater. I was all honored, right, to make it for him. And I made this sweater. And I used the wrong yarn, okay? And that's why I say know your yarn. This is Lion's brand Heartland yarn, and beautiful yarn. But as you can see, this thing is heavy because it is a size 4 weight yarn. And I had all these cables and things like that, and this was not the right yarn. The sweater is nice, but it is heavy. It's like you wrap around a bunch of blankets and you're out there, you're suffocating. My husband wore it only once. Lately, I have been wearing because, again, with the know your yarn, know the washing instructions because I washed this. That was at the beginning, and it shrunk, so now it fits me. Okay, so know your yarn. It is so important to know what yarn to use for what project, depending on what you want. A sweater like this with all this cable should have been with a size 3 or thinner yarn, because cables, crochet cables, are heavy, so it should have been definitely not a size 4. I would say most garment, you're probably better off with a lighter weight yarn, especially if it's something that you're gonna wear close to your skin. Now, if I had made a cardigan with this, it would have been okay because it's an outerwear. You get to wear it, you provide warm. Do your research, make a swatch to see how the fabric actually feels, because nobody likes to wear something that's so heavy like this or something that is stiff. Because if you use the kitchen cotton for your garment, it's gonna be stiff. You, after you wash it, it might be soft, but still, it's not gonna have drape like what I'm wearing here. So definitely know your yarn. Tips number two, know your skills. I know you've got to know your skills and where you are in your crochet journey. And when I say know your skills, meaning if it's the first time you're doing anything, you're a beginner. Okay, even if you've been crocheting for 30 years, if you've only made amigurumi, now you're jumping into garment, then that means you're a beginner. Or if you made garment all alone and now you want to make amigurumi, then you're a beginner. So you're not gonna pick the fanciest and most detailed amigurumi to make. You're gonna pick something that's a little bit easier so you can learn. So same thing here. Know your skills. Where are you in that particular project? And again, I had to learn this the hard way with my husband's sweater, because that was my very first garment. And what did I choose to do? Cable. Okay, I didn't even know how to make cables. I had to learn the skill and learn how to make a garment with the skill. I tell you, this thing almost took me out. When I did I know one night I sat down here and I was making this ribbing here. It took me 14 try. Okay, I counted. I did this 14 times. I didn't go to sleep until like 2 o'clock in the morning because I was fighting with this thing. And it's sort of okay, I guess. I finally figured it out. And also the cable. I mean, those are big cable. You have the crisscross cable, and then you have this one in the middle, and then you have this. I mean, this is a lot of things to try to learn while you're making a garment. So that was definitely the wrong thing to pick for my first garment. It should have been something easy, maybe like this shirt I'm wearing, or a nice just two-piece sweater. It would have been okay. Maybe a vest. So know your skills. Don't pick the most difficult thing because it looks cute. Yeah, cute is nice, but cute is gonna make you suffer and you may discourage you, or you may end up with a garment that you don't like because you made so many mistakes and it doesn't come out nice. So please know your skills. If you're not sure about it, you can, again, swatching is important because you get to learn the skills. Use cotton, okay? Make a little swatch. I should have made a swatch of all these things here. I would have a nice dishcloth at the end because I wouldn't waste the yarn. Since I use cotton, it would be a nice dishcloth or face cloth. But then I would have enough practice with this. To practice this while making a garment for the first time was a completely foolish idea. Tip number three, know your measurements. Yes, you need to measure yourself and you need to be honest about those measurements. Okay? Don't think you're too big, don't think you're too small. Whatever you are, that's where you are. Okay? And that's how your garment gonna fit. So you can have somebody measure you. So you have them to measure your bust size, your your armhole, because those are important for your garment to fit in your arms. You can measure from your shoulder to your waist, wherever you want the garment to end. So those are all good measurements. But if you don't have anyone to measure, or you like me, I don't particularly like measuring anything. I use another shirt that I like as as a guide. Okay, so if you don't like to measure yourself, you don't want to know what your actual waist size is, then use something that you have and put the garment you're making on top of it and make sure they fit. Because if the other garment fits you and you like it, then most likely this one will fit you as well. And that's why I like to make top down sweater, because you can put it on as you do it. This one was made from bottom up, and I did have some doubt about whether it was gonna fit me, but at the end it ended up fixed fitting me. So whatever actual measure you are, don't think you're too small, don't think you're too big, because I know some of us actually think we are bigger than we are. My first garment, not the sweater for my husband, another one, I have a picture there too. I, for whatever reason, I thought I was a lot bigger. So I ended up, it was two panel. This first panel was so big that actually the arms are built in it. I didn't have to make any arms because I made it too big. So, and then it's a bamboo item. So after a while, actually loosen up. That goes with my first tip about know your yarn. So it's actually very long now and it's a little bit loose on me. So I still wear it because it's cute, but it was not how I intended in the first time. So be sure to measure yourself and do take an account that what yarn you're using, because some yarn will stretch. So that's why when I was making this, I made it a little bit tighter because I know it's cotton. It's gonna probably expand a little bit as I put more as I work on the garment. So I knew that most likely it will stretch a little bit. Or if you're not sure, make a sample. Again, then we go with the sample. Make a sample and block it. That will give you a pretty good idea how the yarn will behave. So you have an idea how much ease, meaning how tight it will be on you and how loose it will be on you. So depending on what your style is, which is my next point. Number four, know your personal style. It is important to crochet or knit what you like to wear. For example, if you don't like certain style of sweaters, the big, you don't like things around your neck, then don't make a turtleneck sweater, because chances are you're not gonna enjoy wearing your production once you're done with it. So, for example, a couple of years ago there was the Taylor Swift thing, right? Everybody was making a Taylor Swift dress. I personally never ventured into it because the dress was a big rectangle, I believe, kind of shapeless. There is no shape to it. So I know that my personal style, I don't like wearing shapeless things because I need to be cinched in the right place, if you will. So yeah, know your body type and know your personal style. It will make sure that whatever you make, that you actually enjoy it. or if you're making it for somebody, know what they like to wear, okay? So then that way, whatever you make, you enjoy the process of making it and you wear it. That's the whole point. That's why it's called wearable, not to go sit in your closet because at the end you don't like it, but it's something that you actually like. So personal style, take that in account when you're making something. Now that doesn't mean that you cannot venture outside and try other things. Perfectly fine. You can try other things. But at least when you're first starting, try to make things that you like and that's gonna fit your color theme, things that you colors that you usually like to wear, or that's gonna fit your wardrobe. So very important to know what your personal style is when making a garment. Number five, and this is our last tip. Know your time commitment. It is important to know how much time do you have to actually make this thing and be honest about it. Because as for me, I underestimated how much time I needed to get this done. And as you can see, I mean, I love my sweater, okay? I suffer too much not to love it. But this one had cables, and cables take time. And then the v-neck, I also had to learn how to do that. So obviously, I needed a whole lot of time to get this done. This was supposed to be a Christmas gift, and it wasn't given to my husband until March. Okay, and that also eat into the pleasure of making something when you're rushing, because if you're rushing, you will probably make some mistakes and then have to undo it or live with them. Or you may not even enjoy the process of making it because you're rushing so much, you put so much pressure on yourself. So do look at your time commitment. And if you're like me, you're working full time, so this is not the only thing that's going on in your life. It is really important when you're making a garment to allow enough time for you to make it and enjoy it, wash it, block it, all those things that goes into garment making. Or God forbid you run out of yarn. so so definitely, yeah, if you end up running out of yarn, you're gonna have to order some more. So you're gonna take some time or have to go to the store and get it. So my thing is in, give yourself enough time. Don't do like me who started this, I don't know, when I started it, probably somewhere in November because it wasn't ready. So yeah, know your time commitment. Don't pick, details sweaters like this one with cables when you don't even know how to do them and you don't allow enough time to do them. So time commitment is an important tips to remember. I hope you had great fun learning my 5 tips on making garments. I use them all the time now to avoid trouble. But even if you made a garment and you didn't know about those things and it come out quite okay, it's all right, because for good measure, I'm wearing the sweater. As much as it's heavy, it's still very beautiful. I'm very proud of myself for having stuck with it and try to make it anyway. So yeah, by all means, try your hands at garment making. It is not that bad. And what's the worst that can happen? You made a mistake. Next one will be better because you can only get better from now on, right? I learned from this. That was my first one, and everything else after that has been better and better and better. So yes, I encourage you, go ahead and try to make something, and you will not regret the experience. You might suffer along the way, but that's okay. Suffering is good because you learn from it. All right, on that note, I will leave you. Again, it's Regina from the state of Connecticut. And please don't forget to like and subscribe so we can have more video. Or if you have more tips on how to make garment, things that you have learned along the way, please put them in the comment below so everybody else can learn right along. All right then. Bye bye for now.